Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into a Dragapult Dusknoir deck list for the Prismatic Evolutions format. I have this thing all sleeved up. Let's go ahead and dive into it, and then we're going to jump into a game of PTCG Live. So, let me get all my Pokemon, and let's go ahead and line it out. So, for the first line of Pokemon, of course, we have the Dragapults. We have the Drakloaks, and we're going to talk about these, and then we have the Dreepies. So a 4-4-3 line of Dreepy, Drakloak, and Dragapult. Now, this deck, the beauty of this deck, the reason why this deck does well is because in this upcoming Budew format, we have a lot of item locking, and you know, it's annoying to not be able to play your items, and we're going to be leaning a lot on the Drakloak. Multiple ways to get here, but the Drakloak with the Recon Directive essentially is our draw engine, and of course our main attacker is going to be the Dragapult with the Phantom Dive, the 1 Fire, 1 Psychic Energy for 200 damage to the active, and then 6 damage counters on the bench however you would like. So we're going to be getting to this in a couple different ways. As we dive into the deck list, you're going to see that this is a very important card, and then this entire line is our primary attackers. So next, we have our Dusknoir line. We are going to be running 2 Dusknoir, 1 Dusclops, and 2 Duskull. Now, this line is going to be fixing some math, manipulating prizes for us. I keep putting it a little too high, but ultimately, you've seen this before with Dragapult. You've seen this with Charizard. Very, very good cards. Adds additional damage. This plus a Phantom Dive can knock out a 330. Perfect math on that. And then, of course, you can use it to manipulate some of your damage with like Dusclops or Dusknoir on the bench as well to take multiple prize turns. So very big important line for the Dragapult deck. Next, we are going to have our 2 Budew. The 2 Budew, new addition to the Dragapult list. It is a free retreat, 30 HP, free attack, like 0 energy attack itchy pollen. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards. So if you can start with this and go turn 2, you could potentially lock them down while you're just building up your bench, getting out your Drakloaks and Recon Directive, and searching for the right pieces. Now, our last 3 cards are going to be our one-ofs. We have a Lumineon V for the Luminous Sign. That's going to help us find our Arven, our Lance, our other supporters that we have, as well as use our Forest Sealstone that we'll get into. We have a Fezandipiti EX for draw support, and then we have a Radiant Alakazam for damage manipulation, damage counter manipulation, trying to get big prizes and moving the damage where we need it to go. That's going to be our Pokemon list. Next, we have our supporters. Let me pull this out appropriately. We are going to be running 4 Arven, the usual Arven Sealstone kind of package for the Stage 2 decks. We're going to be running a little bit of a higher count of Iono than our usual Charizard list. Going to be 3 Iono. This is early draw support, you know, mid-game draw support, and, you know, hand disrupt, however you want to look at it. A couple Boss's Orders. This is to control the gusting, make sure that we're putting the right targets where they need to be. We have a couple options for that as well. 2 Lance. Lance, this is going to be used basically for this format and this format alone, as it is going to rotate out for post rotation. It will not be around, but search your deck for up to 3 dragon Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So this goes great. I have a lot of turns where I'll like say turn 2, grab Arven, get out the Buddy Poffin, play some dragons. Turn, you know, my following turn, my turn 2, I'll play Lance and get out, you know, the meticulous pieces that I need to make some Drakloaks, or even potentially evolve into a Dragapult and get swinging. And then last but not least, we have 1 Professor Turo scenario. This helps us, you know, wipe a damaged Dragapult off the field, pull up some 2 prize liabilities, and just, you know, overall control the game. That's going to be our supporter counts right there. Now, let's get into our items. We have the 4 Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Of course, Arven, Buddy-Buddy Poffin kind of engine. Nothing too crazy there. Let's go ahead and look at some of the ball search that we have. We have 2 Ultra Ball, 2 Nest Ball. I'm going to just grab the rest of the deck list. For evolutions, this is going to be helping with our Dusknoir and potential Dragapult, but we don't need a heavy line of it since we are using the full evolutions. We're going to run 2 Rare Candies. For gusting, like I said, we have some extra options. We have 2 counter catchers, so when you're behind, if you're intentionally staying behind, you can manipulate what, you know, damage you're putting where, pull something new to the active, put 200 on it, Phantom Dive that 60 damage counters elsewhere. And then we're going to be diving into a lot of one-ofs, including our tools. So let's go ahead and move these out of the way for now. The one-ofs, we have a 1-of Super Rod, 1-of Night Stretcher, so a little bit of recovery, 1-of Lost Vacuum. This helps get rid of Jamming Tower. I was almost going to say Temple of Tower, but that makes no sense. Jamming Tower, so that way we can use our tools. We do have a lot of tools, and also get rid of tools that, you know, are not favorable for us as well. An Earthen Vessel, so we can get some of that energy, guaranteed energy. We do want to be attaching almost every turn if possible. And then for our tools, we're going to use the Forest Seal Stone, of course, with the Lumineon V. We have our Sparkling Crystal to reduce our attack energy, or energy needed for our attack by 1. Rescue Board, so this can be thrown on a Drakloak, or you know, pretty much anything that has a 1-cost retreat, so we can pivot off of and potentially make the Dragapult play happen a little bit easier. And then a 1-of TM evolution. So in matchups where we're not looking to use Budew for the item lock, we might opt for the TM evolution to just go ahead and get a couple of Drakloaks in play. And then last but not least, we have our 1 stadium, the Artazon. This will help us to stadium bump. It'll help us to get additional Pokemon out onto the bench. So Dragapults, or Dreepies, Duskulls, things of that nature. All right, last but not least, we have our energy count. We're going to be running 3 Fire and 3 Psychic. So a little bit of recovery, so that way if we have to throw some of these away, or if we have to pivot using one, we can get it and you know, just keep ourselves in the game. All right, let's go ahead and jump into a game of PTCG Live and try out this new list and see how it does in the format. All right, we won the coin toss. We're going to be throwing Tails, because Tails never fails. We have our grass coin for the Budew, and it failed. It failed, but first or second is okay. We'll see. We'll see what our hand looks like. We shall see what our hand looks like. All right, starting off, we're going to have to start with the Budew, or we get to start with the Budew. Not terrible. Probably going to have to use... I didn't see if we're going first or second. I wasn't paying attention. He's going second, so this is maybe not the most explosive turn for us. We're probably gonna have to Nest Ball just to get like a Dreepy out. We can evolve into a Drakloak. Then we could potentially play a Lance. But at least the Budew just sitting in the front, even though we don't get to use the Itchy Pollen turn 1, we do have, like, you know, kind of weaker Pokemon to sit behind. All right, so we get a Dreepy here, and we do have the Mischievous Lock, so basic Pokemon in play do not have abilities, so don't have anything that we can use for basic Pokemon. We're not going to pull out a Lumineon or anything. We probably... I think I just go ahead and grab out a second Dreepy. Take a quick glance at some of our prizes. Looks like a Dragapult prized. Duskulls. Both Duskulls prized? Okay, that's no good. Oh wait, no, they're back here. Okay. Take a look at our energy counts. Rare Candy prized. Energy count's not bad. And we probably just go ahead and do a basic fire attach and a pass. So next turn we can have a couple of Drakloaks out with the Lance. So no TM evolution play. So evolution will most likely be used for fodder for the Ultra Balls this game, or the evolution. We'll see what he's playing. Klefki, Precious Trolley with a Budew. And Palkia. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Monkey Dory as a counter to the Phantom Dive. So definitely something I'm gonna have to think about. And it looks like he's gonna Iono, try to look for more cards, or just go for the Itchy Pollen, which should be okay. He does have like the Budew damage over us, which is a little bit annoying because we're probably just gonna be trading 10 damage over and over and over again. Unless I can swap into a KO with my Drakloak, but that is probably not the way to go. So we're going to want to evolve into Drakloak, and we'll probably play the lands, but we'd like to use the Recon Directive first to see what options we have. We have another Budew. I'm actually probably going to pull this Budew and swap into it to stay ahead of him. As silly as that sounds, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap into it to stay ahead of the damage, and we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 here. So we can build another Dreepy. I might even put the Rescue Board onto this Drakloak on the far left. And look at that, we even have the Drakloak for our next turn as well. I think it's going ahead and safe to do this. That way we have a potential pivot. We have a couple of pivots, and I'm going to hold on to the Fezandipiti. I don't feel the need to put that out just yet. But yeah, we're going to be a little bit ahead in the damage trade on the Budew, which is nice. Unless he bosses orders, but, you know, I can always just swap again. So. And he's going to heal the damage over. That's very annoying. That is very annoying. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, he's just going to look to take it out that way. Okay, so now he is ahead with the Monkey Dory. Okay. A bit annoying for sure. A bit annoying for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do with these recon directives. We have 3 of them. We might just go on ahead and take the Ultra Ball because that could potentially... No, we already have the Dragapult. We need like an Arven or an Energy. Architecture wouldn't be terrible for next turn, potentially. Alright, we gotta see if we can find an Arven or an Energy. Psychic Energy, that is. Okay. Not what we're looking for. Not great pulls. Not great pulls. We can't use the Ultra Ball. I could just swap and go into a... What's the... Jet Headbutt? Do I swing with the Jet Headbutt? I think I do. I want to stay ahead. I don't want to just give him kills just for the sake of... I think I swap into the Jet Headbutt. This is a little bit of an aggressive play, but with a 320 HP, and he's been item locked, and I'm able to start making moves, it shouldn't feel too terrible. I wish I had a Duskull down, but I don't. Because then I could at least go for a Dusclops KO, potentially. And I'd love to use a Dusknoir to pop that Monkey Dory. We're going to have to see what we got going on here. Okay, hits the Iono. Honestly, might put me into some cards that I need. My hand is not terribly great. Oh, goodness. We got Fire Energy. We still have a couple of recon directives, though, so this isn't terrible. And if nothing else, I might Boss's Orders hit the Pidgey just to keep it away from the Pidgeot. I do still have to think about the Klefki if that ever makes its way back into the active. And he's probably going to Palkia V-Star. Does he have much energy? Not really. You know? So we'll see. I wish I could afford these Dragapults. They're like $140, $150 right now. All right, Monkey Dory number 2. That's definitely not great. Monkey Dory number 2 is not great. Going for the Turbo Energize. I'm probably going to have to try to target out these Monkey Dories. Unless I can get a Phantom Dive off and just go straight for the 60 HP Pidgey. But I might just boss the Pidgey here. I'm feeling like it's not great to let that sit. We can go down to Artazon and get out one of our Duskulls. That could be good just to have out on the bench. And then again, I'm looking for the Phantom Dive. So we have a couple Drakloaks. That's going to be our Crystal at minimum. And there's our Crystal as well. How do I want to deal with this? We're going to go ahead and Fire Attach. I think I play Crystal. I'm trying to think if there's anything I want off the Arven, or if I just go ahead and Boss's Orders up a Monkey Dory. I think this would be a reasonably aggressive play that has some pretty good benefit to it, because I really don't want to leave 2 Monkey Dories out to counter my Phantom Dives. And I also don't want to give up a Pidgeot. With only 2 cards in the hand, I would love to remove a search option, and this is getting really aggressive for us now. Find one of our energies. So that's going to be a natural Psychic and Fire Dragapult that we have on the bench that I'll probably build after that Recon Directive just to guarantee that I have it. And then 4 Sealstone in hand for if we ever need Lumineon and we have that extra piece search. Lumineon really comes in clutch whenever you just need it. It's not like Rotom where you like guarantee always have it down, so Sealstone's not always as important as it is, like, say, Charizard, but definitely a piece that you can use. Let's see what they're looking to do with this. Double Klefki, an interesting build. Does he have the Palkia V? No, counter gain. What does this attack do? Do anything next this Pokemon can attack? Okay, 200 damage on me. It's not great. It's not terrible. I don't even mind if he takes the KO. I have, like I said, another Dragapult already built up entirely. We're not going to use the Iono. I I don't think Radiant Alakazam would be terrible just to have in the hand. So we're going to go ahead and make the Dragapult. I'm debating if I want to do anything in the form of getting a Dusclops. Counter Catcher I don't think is going to be super useful for me, but it's better than holding in the hand than Buddy Poffin in this scenario. Unless I was looking for something to Ultra Ball away for like a Dusclops. Like I could just take out this Palkia by searching for a Dusclops. I don't think that'd be a terrible idea, and I might even dump all of the damage. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. I think we're going to look for Ultra Ball. And TM Evolution, which actually I can throw away. So we're going to Ultra Ball away the TM Evolution and probably the Fire Energy. Maybe even the Seal Star. This probably the Counter Catcher's the safest thing to get rid of. I don't really need it. And we're just going to go ahead and Dusclops here. Giving up the one prize is not terrible. Definitely not the most practice of this list, so there's probably a couple more lines that I'm just not seeing. But we can give him the one prize, and we're going to put... I think I'm just going to put all of the damage on the Palkia, so that way it sticks as much as possible. Go ahead and use the Artazon to grab out... Actually, do I do this? Or do I use the Painful Spoons? And we could take out the Klefki, and that's the win. Is that correct? That's the line, right? It is the line. It is the line. So there you have it. I definitely need to think about the lines a little bit better. Haven't played this a ton, but Dragapult, very strong. Friends, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Dragapult in this kind of like smaller format that we have. I mean, it's a normal format, but we're about to go into post-rotation, then this whole list is going to change. But it's really interesting. So drop a like on the video, subscribe for future Pokemon TCG content. As always, be sure to be kind of one there. Tell someone you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.